Hey guys, so today we're making some chicken tikka masala. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started with the recipe. So I have maybe about 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs here, and I am going to marinate it with some Greek yogurt. And so this is fat-free Greek yogurt, but if you have whole fat or full fat, that will probably work best. And I'm just going to season it with some salt, some pepper. I didn't have regular salt, so I did use seasoned salt, but if you have regular salt, just use regular salt. I'm gonna go in with some garam masala as well as some chili powder. And so these are some Indian spices that I found in the international aisle at Walmart. I'm also gonna add in some ground coriander. And you want to make sure that you season your food very, very well to get these delicious spices going. And so I'm also going to add in some ground cumin as well as some ground turmeric for some for that orange color. And then I'm also going to add in some ginger paste. If you have fresh ginger, you can grate some fresh ginger in here. And then I'm going to use the juice of half of a lemon. And I am just going to mix all of this together, and I'm going to let this marinate in my refrigerator for a few hours. I want to say I let this marinate for about 6 hours because you want those delicious Indian spices to penetrate the meat. And so after my meat has been marinating, I am going to sear it in my Dutch oven, or you can use whatever skillet you want. And so I am using some avocado oil, and I am just going to brown it on both sides. And you want to work in batches. And so don't be alarmed that the bottom of the pot is dark. I'm going to get all of that delicious flavor up when I add in my liquid. You could also use chicken breast for this recipe, but I feel like chicken thighs are a lot more forgiving. And so that was the first batch that I seared, and so this is the second batch. And again, if you have a lot of chicken, you want to make sure that you do it in batches. And so after I remove my chicken from the pot, I'm going to add in 1 yellow onion, and then I used jalapeno right here. You can use a serrano pepper. I couldn't find serrano peppers at my local grocery store, so I just substitute for jalapeno. And then I'm going to add in, this is 1 tomato, but you can use a can of diced tomatoes if you have it. And so I'm just going to cook this until the vegetables are nice and tender and the onions are translucent. And this should loosen up those brown bits on the bottom. And so after I cook that for a few minutes, I'm going to add in 1 can of tomato sauce. And I meant to add in my tomato paste prior to adding my tomato sauce, but I mean, I'm still going to add it. And so you want to cook that for a little bit. And then just a few minutes just to let it simmer and let all of those flavors combine. And so I did add a little bit more of the garam masala as well as some of that chili powder. But again, you want to season to your taste. I don't care what seasonings you use, just make sure you use that garam masala and that chili powder. But outside of that, I don't care what you use, just make sure your food is not bland, because we don't want no bland food, y'all. Okay. And so I added in my chicken thighs, and then I let that simmer for I want to say maybe about 30 minutes or so, really just until your chicken is nice and tender. And so right here I'm going to taste my chicken to make sure that the flavor tastes good to me, and you want to adjust your seasonings accordingly. And if you feel like the sauce is a little bit too thick, you could possibly add in a little bit of like chicken broth or something like that. But once your chicken is done, you're going to add in a cup of heavy cream. And then I cut the heat off at this point because I didn't want like the sauce to separate. And so this is what it looks like. I'm just going to put that to the side while I bake this naan. I got this from Sam's Club, and so I'm just gonna jazz it up with some oil. I got some avocado oil. I'm gonna add in a little bit of garlic paste, as well as a little bit of some smoky salt and some parsley flakes. And I'm gonna brush this on top of this naan. You could also make your own naan from scratch if you want to. It's really up to you. You can serve this with some basmati rice. um, or whatever rice that you have. And so I'm gonna garnish my chicken tikka masala with some fresh cilantro, and then I'm gonna serve the garlic naan on the side. And so this is the finished product, you guys. So delicious. This is perfect for meal prep, especially if you use like some rice with this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.